Hi everyone, it's Luke from Hipshipper. In this video, I'll explain how to connect Hipshipper to your eBay account. First thing you'll need is a Hipshipper account. Go to Hipshipper's homepage, find the Join button, and just follow the on-screen instructions to complete your registration. Remember, if you have any questions about the setup, if you get stuck anywhere along the way, we're here to help. Contact our support and we'll assist you to make sure that the setup is done right. Now once that's done, it's time to set up your eBay account. Click here on Settings, and then here on eBay Accounts. You'll need to download our extension, either Chrome or Firefox, depending on the browser you're using. Connecting your eBay account to Hipshipper is done through the Hipshipper extension. It's an automatic process, and the extension walks you through the options that you can choose for your account settings along the way. When you're done, you'll have updated your shipping policies and you'll be ready to start shipping internationally. Once the extension is installed, click it to open it up. Then click this little settings wheel here. You'll see this button here to set up a new eBay account. Enter your store name here and your PayPal email address and click Add eBay Account. A new tab will open where you'll be redirected to eBay and asked to confirm that you want to link your account with Hipshipper. Just sign in and click Agree here to grant Hipshipper API access to your eBay account. Now let's go back to the control panel, click on the extension again, and now we can set up our account preferences. There are 4 choices to make here. First, choose if you want to implement our free international return solution. With the free returns solution enabled, Hipshipper will cover return costs and handle the process. Opting into free returns will also raise your international shipping rates a bit. For details about that, please watch our free returns tutorial video. Step 2. Choose whether you want Hipshipper to also handle shipping to remote U.S. addresses. Those include Alaska, Hawaii, U.S. protectorates like Puerto Rico, and U.S. military installations, also known as APO and FPO. These addresses are considered by eBay as domestic addresses and therefore need to be handled separately. Next, you have the option to enable expedited shipping in addition to the default standard shipping. The fourth and last option basically allows you to make some extra profit on the shipping itself. The lion's share of your extra profits from Hipshipper will come from additional sales you'll be making. But we also let you add to your bottom line with an optional surcharge on the shipping itself, which increases your buyer's shipping costs by a fixed cost or a percentage. The rate we charge you for shipping doesn't change. You just pocket the difference. So if the basic shipping charge is $10, you have the option to charge your customers $11 and keep that extra dollar. When you're done setting all the options, click Continue to move forward. Now click here to set international rates. At this point, we'll set up an international shipping rate table in your eBay account. eBay will use the rate table to determine a shipping price for each country based on item weight. Shipping prices consist of a base price for every country plus a per pound rate. If you choose to enable shipping to remote U.S. locations, you'll also be prompted to set the domestic rate table. Now that your shipping rate tables are set, we ask you to choose which of your items you want to ship with Hipshipper. Basically, you have 2 options: apply Hipshipper to all your policies or only to select policies. During setup, we create new shipping policies for Hipshipper, whereby we duplicate the domestic side of the shipping policy and apply Hipshipper settings to the international side of the policy. So for every shipping policy that you had before setup, we will have added a new Hipshipper policy that keeps your original settings for domestic shipping and has Hipshipper settings for international shipping. We've made it to the last stage of setup. Here, if you want Hipshipper to handle all your international shipping, choose the first option. This is the one we recommend in most cases. But note, this only applies to items that are being shipped from inside the US. If you have policies for items that are shipped from other countries, for example China, we don't touch those. This option applies to items that have either no international shipping or that use GSP for international shipping. In some special cases, you would want to choose specific policies to duplicate the Hipshipper policies. Choosing this option means that we will only ship the items from those policies through Hipshipper. After you've made your choice, click here on Finish Setup. Setup on our side takes an additional half an hour to an hour to complete. We go over all your items and confirm that they all have a listed weight. For items that don't have a listed weight, we try to retrieve their weight from online catalogs and update them on eBay. We also check for dangerous goods, which are not eligible for international shipping. Then we create new Hipshipper policies and reallocate all eligible items from their old policies to the new Hipshipper policies. As best practice, new items should be listed with your previous shipping policies, since Hipshipper automatically reallocates eligible items to the Hipshipper policy. And that's basically that. Your eBay account is connected to Hipshipper, and the next thing to do is to start tracking those new orders. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.